Well, good evening or morning or afternoon, YouTube world, whenever you're watching this. I'm filming this today, but I'm not going to upload it till next week sometime. So, this video, real quick, if you follow my channel, I've done a lot of lighting upgrades to the C5Z, both interior and exterior. This video is to showcase them and give you kind of a one-stop shop, all the lighting I've done. All the lighting I've done, you can find in the description below on where to find it if you do want to do the same route and purchase it. So, we'll do a little intro. And I'm going to do a little cinematic, which will be in here, and then we'll get into the video. I hope you enjoyed that. Real quick, so my next week's project, well, it should be this week by the time you're watching this, but you know what I mean. Polyurethane bushings for the front and upper and lower ball joints going in, just because the car is 21 years old. Even though they feel okay, I'm sure they've seen better days. So just gonna go ahead and upgrade it, and I'll walk you through the process. It's not too bad, and I'll show you the tools you're gonna need to do that. Also, if you follow my channel, you know I did the night drive lights last week. A little bit of drama getting them in, just that one halo not working. I reached out to Damien, like I said in my previous video. He got back to me the day after I posted that video, and he was really cool about it. And he sent me an entirely new kit. So I just needed that one little bulb I can replace. That was really cool of him to do that. He did not have to do that, so that's really neat. So by the time you're watching this, that will already be replaced. So in this video, I'll start with the interior. All of the LED bulbs you can replace for super cheap, and it totally transforms the interior of your C5, not just the C5Z, but any C5. Then we'll go out back. I'll show you the laser lights, the side markers, and the tail lights themselves, and the third light marker, which I have not shown you yet. And I'll show you the DRLs up front, also LED. Really cool little feature when you use the turn signal. And lastly, we will go over the night drive lights, which I've really grown to like. And when we get to that part, I'll take you for a drive at night on a dark road. The low beams are amazing. The high beams, holy cow. It feels like a car that was built in the last couple of years. It's amazing. It truly is. I know I had some questions on quality. I think I was just more of just, I was tired that day. It was kind of one of those things, I was trying to get the video out to meet the YouTube algorithm, and I was going on travel the day after, and I was just frustrated. Things happen, man, you know, but it's all been rectified, so no biggie there. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut up, and I'll take you through the car. All right, like I said, starting in the car here, as you can see underneath the dash on both sides, they've been replaced with LEDs. But these little guys, I actually got these off of, I want to say Amazon, but the link will be in the description. Super simple to swap out. They're little bulbs, just like this. That's the bulb itself right there, LED. Get the focus. That plugs into the receptacle. These fits in your, obviously, under your dash right here on both of the bulbs. Super easy to swap out. And then in the trunk as well, there's two. There's only two places in this car that still use incandescent bulbs, and that is these underneath the mirror, just because they're so unique to this car, and it's hard to pick it up on camera, but they have a really cool blue and orange glow to them that it's so unique. And actually, I think they might actually be LED from the factory. I don't know. It's a really cool look to it. It gives really cool ambience on top of your gear shift here. And then my reverse lights are still incandescent, but I will get those swapped out sooner than later. I did do the upgraded LEDs for the HVAC around the bezel up there. Those have all been upgraded to LED. These guys right here in the doors, LED on both sides. If you can see, those are just some Amazon specials. I think they were like, that one was 60, this one was like 40, if I'm not mistaken. The bulbs themselves for around the bezel were super cheap off of Vet Lights. And I believe I got these also off of Vet Lights. These were kind of tricky to do for the HVAC. There's a really good tutorial on YouTube. I think it's by Yellow Vet. I think that's the name, don't quote me on that. That's the video I used to swap those out. It's not terribly hard, it's more of a pain in the ass than anything, but yeah, that's the interior lights as far as that goes. Like I said, all of them have been swapped out except for those guys right there. Oh, and a quick fun fact, if you didn't know, the instrument panel up there actually has no real power source or light source to itself. It actually uses black lights flanking both sides. It's kind of a neat little fun fact. You can kind of see it right there on the middle of your screen. That's where the black light comes and illuminates that. It's pretty cool. All right, hopefully I can get all of my rear lighting in this one frame here. So you got your side markers over there, which are lasers. I'll show you in 1 second. This is the new one, the brake light. My reverse lights, these are still incandescent bulbs, but the license plate lights themselves use the same little LEDs I just showed you for the interior. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my running lights on, and then we'll do the brakes, and I'll show you how they look with the turn signals. Oh, and really quick, I want to mention this before I go any further. Now, doing a bunch of LEDs, it's going to confuse your car, and it's going to make your car think a bulb is burnt out because LEDs have a lot less draw than incandescent. Now, to combat that and not have a hyper flash when you use your turn signal, is you're going to need resistors here. Now, I already had a hyper flash because when I installed my interior lights, for whatever reason, I got a rapid blinker. So I just bought one of these and put it in. This came with my front DLR kit, which I'll show you in a second. And it actually came with these two for each individual light, which I did not need to use this. I just used this and that worked fine. Everything worked fine. The only other resistor I needed was this little guy, this Sylvania guy. And this will be in the description below. This was for my third brake light. When I put my third brake light in, I got my service traction control light because it thought the brake had an open circuit on it because there wasn't enough load. I put this on my third brake light just in line, solved my problem. And again, this and this will come with the DRL. This I had to buy separate. It comes in a pack of two. I think it was like $10. Super easy to do. If you have questions, if you want to do this, let me know. It just comes with little clips and you clip it in line to your hot and your return line. Okay, so moving on. All right, moving up forward here. Sorry, my car is on just so I can use the blinker. Whatever reason the car wants to be on, to use the blinker. So, as you can see, all of my halos are working in all of their glory. Looks super sharp. Now, one thing about this night drive kit that I was hesitant about buying before they had the rubber stops was the fact that it used a kind of metal arm with a nut for a stop, and that made me nervous because I thought that'd be more vibration or bouncing. And then I saw he had a, what do you call it, like a 3D printed bump stop. It looked like it had more of a forgiving bounce to it. But I have found that wasn't the case at all, and there has been zero bounce with these guys. I've been driving around for a week at night. I drive a lot at night, and yeah, zero bounce. They look really sharp. Yeah, they're really growing on me. I really, really like them. And then down here, these guys. I'll show you how these look while the car is on. Yeah, that's really neato. I really like that. And even when the car is, the lights are on, you still do get a running light, just like that. During the day, it's just noticeable enough. At night, you can see it. Keeps that element of the C5-ness. All right, so right now we'll go for a little drive, and I'll show you exactly how the night drives look at night, both the high and the lows. All right, as you can see here, these are my lows. The lows now look how the highs were before. Trying to get the least amount of light pollution here. Kick on my brights here, and that's brights. It's amazing. I hope the video does it justice. The spread on the light is very good on both your left and right sides. Total game changer. Like I said, it really makes the car feel like a car that was built in the last few years. It just gives the C5 much more of a safety element to it, if that makes sense. And then that's your lows. But again, even your lows, night and day difference. Night and day. All right, and there you have it. Those are all the lighting upgrades I've done to the C5. Outside of the mirror lights and the reverse lights, everything is now LED. And I will say too, there's no more weird draw power surges, hitting a brake or turn the car off or on. With the normal bulbs, they would dim sometimes when you brake, etc. With all LED, you get none of that at all, which is outstanding. But yeah, with all the lighting upgrades, it makes the car feel a lot newer, a lot safer, if you will. And all of these products I've shown you, I 100% recommend. And again, the night drive lights, I was putting those in. I was frustrated, just going through stuff, but no, it is a very good product, and if you're on the fence, I recommend it. Well, that's all I got for today. The next video will be me putting in, upper and lower ball joints and control arm bushings. Hopefully it's not too much of a job. I do got a vise here, and I got a ball joint removal install tool that should help a lot. It's probably going to be a little bit before I get a video out, just because the nature of that job, and I work 50, 60 hours a week. I still got a family, and I got other house projects I'm doing, but I'll get it out when I get it out, and then followed by that will be some Mini Cooper stuff finally, and hopefully before long I'll have the C8s, and we'll do the dumbest comparison ever, a C5Z versus a C8 as far as driving, etc. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but it'll be weird. Alright guys, that's all I got. Go enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll catch you next time. Mark out.